One afternoon, there was a lady sitting on the shores of the ocean. And she decided that she had had enough of where she was living. She was a very successful businesswoman. She had conquered the area that she was in, and she decided that she needed to move on and have a brighter future somewhere across the ocean. And so she knew that if she moved on, that she would have to pack everything up and just 100% go for it. And so she did. She chartered a boat. She loaded up all her belongings, every last possession that she had, and she headed out. After many weeks of travel on the ocean, she got to where she could see the other shore. She said, I'm there, I'm ready. And wouldn't you know it, right at that moment, a wave came up, capsized the boat. She lost everything but her life. She swam to the shore, exhausted. She gets out of the ocean, and she's mad because she's lost everything. And she grabs a stick. She reaches down in the sand and writes, "The ocean is a murderer. It killed my dreams and left me with nothing." Now, just a couple yards down on the very same beach, a fisherman is coming in, and he is excited. He is overjoyed because he went out fishing today, and he had the best catch he has ever had in his entire life. He had enough fish that he was going to be able to feed his family for the entire season and sell some at market as well. It was a fantastic, amazing catch. He came back to the shores, got off his boat, danced around, grabbed a stick, and wrote, "The ocean is a great provider. It gives and it gives." Now, just a few yards farther down the ocean, on that very same shore, there's a young boy. And he's playing at the water's edge. He had just gotten a brand new pair of shoes. And his mother said, "Do not get your shoes wet." And so he listened to Mom, and he took his shoes, untied his shoes, set them over to the side very carefully, and was playing with his toys in the sand, his feet, toes squishing into the sand as the water bounced. He was just having a great time. And as tends to happen, you lose track of where that edge of the water is. And all of a sudden, a wave comes up, grabs the shoes, and the shoes are gone. He was mad. That was his brand new pair of shoes. Mom was going to yell at him. So he takes out a stick and writes on the sand, "The ocean is a thief. It stole my shoes." Just a couple yards away from where the boy was playing, an old man was walking along the water's edge. Just minding his own business, walking, enjoying the peaceful movement of the ocean in and out, when he suddenly looks down and sees an oyster that had washed up on shore. It was big. And he reached down and carefully got it. He pulled his knife out of his pocket. Sam, you can relate to that. Pulled his knife out, and he carefully opened up the shell. And he looked inside, and he saw the biggest, most beautiful pearl that he had ever seen. The man was so excited. He's dancing on the shore. He can't believe his luck that he found this pearl that was so big. It was going to change his life. He was going to sell this pearl, and it was going to change his life. He was so grateful. He reached down on the sand and wrote, "The ocean is a miracle worker. It completely changed my life." Just a few minutes later, a giant wave from the ocean comes and washes away everything that was written on the sand. I like this story because it's kind of like a choose-your-own-adventure book. When I was young, I used to read choose-your-own-adventure books. I would tell my parents that in order to complete the book, you had to read all the pages. I don't think that's true, but it would check off the list of you need to read a 100-page book, and I felt like I could get done in like 50 pages. But it was your choose your own adventure. This story is kind of a choose your own adventure. You can get what you want out of it, but I love this story because for me, this happens to each one of us every day. The lady says the ocean's a murderer because it killed my dreams. The boy says the ocean is a thief because it stole my shoes. Meanwhile, the fisherman says the ocean's a great provider because of the big catch. And the old man says the ocean's a miracle worker because he found a pearl in the oyster. But everything the people were saying about the ocean is because their needs were either fulfilled or not fulfilled. It's all about them and what they lost or what they gained, and that was their perception of the ocean. And that's how their perception could differ so much about the ocean being good or the ocean being bad. But the ocean is beyond the perception of what people think. The ocean was not defined by what was written on the sand. It's the ocean, after all. I say this happens every day because people are going to say good things about you, and people are going to say bad things about you. That's just how the world is. There has never been, nor will there ever be, a shortage of opinions in the world. Jesus put it this way in Matthew chapter 5, verses 10 through 12. He said, "Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are ye when men shall revile you, persecute you, say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake. Rejoice and be exceedingly glad." Why? "For great is your reward in heaven, for so persecuted they the prophets which were before you." People have been writing in the sand about other people for a very, very, very long time. And most often, when someone says something about you, it's not even about you. It's about them. And almost never is it about the truth or a standard that's set up. It's about their expectations being fulfilled or their expectations not being fulfilled. It's about how your actions or my actions make them feel, and how they feel then dictates what type of person I am according to them. And often these things, most often, are neither true nor helpful at all. But if we're not careful, we can let what people say about us, even though it's not truthful, even though it's not justified, we can let it affect us in a way that then dictates how we act. This week, can I stop someone saying something about me, good or bad? Nope. Can I stop someone saying something about you, good or bad? No, I wish I could. But I do have a choice on whether I let those words impact me in a positive or negative way. When people say things about you this week, be like the ocean. Let it just wash away. Romans chapter 8, verse 33 says, "Who shall lay anything to the charge of God's elect? It is God that justifies." It does not matter what the people at work think about you. It does not matter what the people at school think about you. It does not matter what your friends say about you. What matters is your relationship with God. The only thing the ocean answers to in this entire world is the Almighty God. Just like the ocean, the only one we answer to in this entire world is the Almighty God. All else that's said about you, written about you, is just writing in the sand, and it'll wash away here for a moment and then gone the next. I pray that you have that relationship with God, that He is your source of justification, not the people around you. Sometimes the source of vindication that you need, but most importantly, the source of salvation that you need. There's only one way to have that relationship with him, and that is by putting him on in baptism and living a life that seeks only his approval. Be like the ocean this week, and let God be your guide. If we can help you, please come forward as we stand and sing.